It's Michael Angelo Caruso here with a kind of a split screen interview, a session among peers, if you will, with Emily Hay. I meet so many people in the social media sphere that purport to know what they're doing. Most of them do. Emily is exceptional, I think, not only in how she presents herself to people, but also how she presents social media strategies to clients and potential clients. And I thought it would be fun to talk with her a little bit today about something I call image marketing, which, if you think about it, might be this idea of marketing your image. But what I mean is, in a literal sense, marketing your image, meaning a photograph of yourself or images of yourself. And Emily is just terrific in how she presents to businesses and to clients how they can make more money. And Emily, I thought you'd be up for this topic. How does it feel to you?
Well, it sounds great, Michael, and thanks so much for doing a split-screen Skype call here. Very forward-thinking, as you are. So, thank you.
Thank you. Facebook is all about the bling and all about the images. And, of course, people can take images with their cell phone. They can take it with their camera if they'd like. We could even technically, and I don't mind sharing some of my marketing tricks during this call, and maybe you don't either. We could even take a screenshot of the split-screen interview and post it as an image, even though it's probably not going to turn out to be high quality. I think anybody looking at an image, a split-screen image of you and I talking, would instantly get the sense that one of us, at least one of us, is a celebrity. For sure. And they'd also see that we're good at technology, or at least there are maybe first adopters compared to them. Would you agree that first image, I mean, if a picture says 1,000 words, a JPEG says 1,000 words, that it could serve you certainly well in a social media context?
Absolutely, Michael. And one thing a point that you make about an image and using image marketing, at the end of the day, we leverage social media to tell a story about ourselves or about our business. And so what better way to do it than engaging with people with live shots of the things that you do every day as a business owner?
Sure. How long have you been doing social media and helping people make money online, Emily?
My business, it's called Hey There Social Media. I have been working on social media for about a year and launched my business officially in the end of May. So my passion is around using social media for small business owners and personal brands to, again, tell their story and make sure that they have a strategy in place. Because social media is a wonderful tool, but unless you're using it to enhance other efforts that you already have going, it's going to feel like you're just taking a stab in the dark. So my job is to help people put some clarity and some structure around the right social media activities to be doing. And then there are some business owners that say, look, my plate is so full and I really need someone to help do this work for me. So that's where I help businesses as well.
And that's why I like your style so much, because I teach the same thing when I'm talking about social media with people. Social media is like the eye candy of internet marketing. It's easy and fun and intuitive and fairly effortless if you think about just getting up every day and posting a status update on your Facebook account. It's a smaller piece of a much bigger pie, which is this idea of using keywords and effectively tagging photographs and using graphics to promote your business or to promote some product or service that you're selling. And that's why I'm so enchanted with image marketing, because there's so much room for most people to grow. A lot of people, of course, just take photos and post them without any effort at all. And what we're going to tell you today are some strategies that we use, Emily and I use, to Facebook with purpose, and how to use images to actually make money, help people make money, however you want to phrase it. It's not always about the money.
Right.
But we find if you offer value and if you help people, the money will come.
You're spot on, Michael.
Let's talk a little bit about images and how it works. What advice do you have for your clients about using photographs to forward their businesses online?
Sure. Well, a common question I get from business owners often is, well, Emily, I don't want to be very out there. I don't want my face all over the internet. I don't necessarily want people to think of me before they think of my business. So with that being said, using photos isn't just about yourself, just about a person. So you might start to take things that happen in your business every day for granted. But really, if you stop and think that there's activity happening all the time that you can capture in a photo, and that alone can be a great way to tell someone about your business without necessarily putting your face in that picture.
Absolutely true. I had a birthday party last night. And
Oh, well, I should say happy birthday then.
I know you already have. I know that when I'm at a birthday party, I most certainly want to take pictures and photographs and maybe even movies of my friends to mark it as a memory. And I'll be darned if, and I teach this stuff, but I'll be darned if during the festivities, about 2 hours in, I think, oh my gosh, I hadn't even taken a photo yet.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for this is we just get caught up in the moment and we forget about the fact that we want to capture memories. So start with that mindset. And then from there, you'll have other types of awareness like, holy cow, I could use this to market my business. I could mark this moment in time to market my business and make it easier for people to connect with me. This is really what it's about, a mindset. So you always want to have a camera with you. You to be able to take good quality photographs. Now, even as you and I strategized this session today, we were thinking about ways we could make it easy. And one of the ways to make Skype recording easy is to not have to do any editing afterwards. So we talked about our strategies for that, and we'll share them on another call when we talk about video. But I don't like to edit my photographs either, even though I usually do. When I say edit, I almost never Photoshop, making myself look younger or more tan or any of this. I really don't fool with that, at least yet. But I do fool with things like what's going to be in the background. I almost always crop photographs. I almost always click that saturation button. And I use a software called Paint.net. If you don't have a pencil for this call, you might want to get one because we're going to teach you some really cool strategies in the next few minutes. It's only a 15-minute call, but we're going to teach you some great strategies in the next few minutes about how you can use image marketing. Paint.net is a place that I go to. It's a free piece of software that helps me crop. It helps me use saturation. It helps me to doctor up the photos just a little bit and resize them eventually if I want to use them on my blog. Do you currently doctor your photos, Emily? And if so, what software do you recommend?
Michael, right now I have to say I don't, because I like a lot of the ease of use of just get the shot, get it up immediately, because it's that time-sensitive nature. While it's always wise to do the things that you're doing, make sure that it's the strongest version of the photo that you could have. It's also important for people to know that social media has this now sort of etiquette, so you don't have to stress that, well, I can't afford a full video production and I can't afford video editing software. I mean, Michael, you gave some really quick examples of how people can just crop their own photos using this Paint.net, and it's important for people to not get stressed out and think, well, I can't afford a professional photo shoot, therefore I shouldn't leverage photos for my business through social media.
Right. I mean, with some very easy, simple techniques, you can make yourself look fairly professional quickly. And the reason for this is, of course, photos are forever. A lot of the photos being posted online right now, I've certainly experienced this. A lot of my photos being posted online are not posted by me.
Okay.
Let's show up at public events where our photos are taken. Sometimes we're not aware our photos being taken, and so it becomes that much more important to dress the part. Be alert in case photographs are being taken, to not be photographed with a drink in your hand every time you're out. That's probably bad for your, quote, image. And so I find that it's helpful, and you can do this without being pushy, to kind of play director when the camera starts to come out, to look for good places that so that you're showing well in the background. For example, right now, I'm in my office in my condo. It's a Sunday, and I have some books behind me. I have a little bit of art behind me, a couple of bits of memorabilia. Emily pointed at these or gestured at these photographs behind me where I'm pointing right now. She says, "That's pretty cool, though. You have a shot of the Beatles." A shot of my former band. My brothers and I were in a band.
Oh.
Not to steal the Beatles look. It was at the time the shish kebab effect, where it looked like the guys had sticks in their ears.
Oh yeah, everyone all lined up.
Yeah. And we kind of stole it. The Beatles were never, I don't know if they were ever overlapped like that, but we certainly are in that photograph. So I like to have interesting things in the background that might catch people's eye a little bit, but not distract them too much from the primary focus of the photograph, which is, hello, what do you do today? watch what's in the background. Another thing is lighting. You don't want to have too much backlighting or your face will go dark, shadowy. And if the light is coming in too strong from one side, you'll notice that there's too much contrast and it'll start to look a little bit odd. Mm-hmm. I have a little bit more light coming from this side of my face today because that's where the natural light happens to be coming in. Beware of lighting that just comes up from the bottom, everybody, because that will make your face look ghoulish if you have just light coming up from the bottom. So these are a couple of easy things to keep an eye on as you're taking photographs. Emily, other tips for you? What about group photos? You said earlier that the photo's just not about you. Mm-hmm. It would be a good idea to have your photo taken with cool people. Like who, Emily?
Sure. Well, think about this. If you're out at a trade show, if you're out at a networking event, those are perfect opportunities to get a great group shot that kills a number of birds with one stone. You're clearly showing that you are an engaging person. You're connecting with professionals around you. The photo is not just about you, and it may spark future conversation. Someone might see a photo of you at a golf outing that might be benefiting a charity, and all of a sudden you have a connection with that person. Maybe they've supported that charity for years. So it's a great way to use photos and get additional things out of it with groups.
To tell you, as a professional speaker, I've taken to the habit of actually handing the camera to someone and have them take pictures of me from the front row. Another great shot I love is to have someone give the camera to someone and have them step in front of the class, and I turn my back to the class so they can get what's called not necessarily a point of view, but I'm standing in front of my own group.
Okay.
They're really smiling. They're really playing with me because they understand what I'm doing here. And then I explain image marketing, and I show them how they can do the technique themselves. So as long as you're having fun, you can interrupt almost any proceeding if you do it quickly, gracefully, and respectfully, and get some really, really good, unusual shots. You might think it's counterintuitive for a guy like me to interrupt my own live presentation to have a photograph taken, but people really get into it. They love it.
Yeah.
And then it's interesting. When I take my photograph with people, they often say, well, will you please send this to me? Mm-hmm. Guess what the answer is? Absolutely not.
Oh.
And they their eyebrows and they say, well, why not? And I say, well, if you want to get a picture of it, you want to see the photo, just go to my Facebook page and you can download it from there. Because you'll find that you're giving yourself a lot of homework assignments when you start promising people that you'll send them the photos.
Yeah.
Plus, it's hard to remember, frankly, who I'm being photographed with. There are just too many photographs. It's too hard to keep track. I just tell people, go to my Facebook page and you can download your own photographs.
That's true. You make a point that, yes, all photos on Facebook, you can go ahead and click that little download this photo. But ultimately, you're right. If you send it as an email, once they hit delete or once they save that photo stops there. When you leverage it through social media, it lives on and you get more mileage out of it.
Right.
But
Let's use a few minutes here toward the end of our 15-minute call today to talk about getting more reach from these photos. I know that you're very effective at tagging photos on Facebook. Let's give the listeners and viewers today some ideas on how they can tag photos and expand their reach in ways you never could before in the history of mankind. This is the best time of all to do free marketing through Facebook, through something called image marketing. Tell us about the tagging process on Facebook, for example.
Okay, sure. Well, I think a really great way to walk through an example is to talk about how I would use it for my business and appropriately tag you and your business. So as we, and we'll make sure to get that photo of this Skype call. So if we have this photo, Michael, of the two of us having a discussion, and I want my customers and clients to know, I want them to benefit from your expertise as well. So what I'd like to do is make them aware of things you do. So on behalf of my business page, I would go over to your business page and I would make sure to like your page. So then when I come back to my business page and post that photo, I can say, here I am having a chat talking social media strategy shop with Michael Angelo Caruso. And when I say Michael Angelo Caruso, I add the @ symbol. So then your business page comes live in that post and you've essentially been tagged, one way to tag a photo. So that photo shows up on my business page and your business page.
Right. If you don't tag the photo or create a hyperlink, to use technical terms, if you don't have it change colors or in green and blue, then two things happen that are not necessarily the best. One is that it doesn't identify me officially as a source, which means people can't click my name to my page. And the second thing that's probably not in your best interest if you don't do it exactly the way Emily just described it, is that the post only creates itself on your page. Meaning if you have 500 Facebook friends, only 500, the maximum number of 500 people can see the post. Whereas if you tag it or create that hyperlink using the ad symbol or a drop-down click that Emily just described, if you use that technique, it not only shows up on your page where your 500 people see it, but you would automatically, and this is so interesting, but you would automatically introduce yourself to 5,000 of my friends, up to 5,000 people, because I have 5,000 friends on my personal page, and of course a different number, a larger number on my personal page.
Mm-hmm.
So use Emily's technique of using the ad symbol, or as you type your tag in, it'll drop down everybody you know named Michael. You want to click on Michael Angelo Caruso, and that, of course, will help tag you in both pages. It's awesome. She also made another good point. You have to remember to like the person's page before you try to tag it. Otherwise, it won't recognize it as an auto link.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say one of your clients is AAA, and you want to tag AAA in one of your posts. You want to make sure you go to AAA and like their page, so that when it comes time to tag them, it will offer you that opportunity to hyperlink them on your status update. It's a great tip, Emily. Thank you.
Sure. And Michael, while this might go without saying, I mean, it's always important to make sure that it's a genuine connection, a genuine thing happening between two businesses. I do hear a lot of business owners say, well, won't that be considered rude, or am I promoting myself? If there's a genuine connection, something that your business did on behalf or in partnership with another business or a charity, it's a natural way to network. It's not promoting yourself because, like I said, it's something that's tied together.
Sure, yeah. Let's finish the call by talking about a couple of no-nos when it comes to tagging, what we would consider to be bad form, and then we'll give you a way to reach out to both Emily and I, Emily and me. Emily and me. There to find us down the road. Another, she mentions authenticity being important. Absolutely, it's bad form to just what I call hang your shingle on somebody else's wall.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know them, you shouldn't be promoting yourself on their wall. But I've yet to meet anybody who wouldn't let me promote myself on their wall if I was also paying homage to them, complimenting them, promoting them in the same fell swoop. Very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Another piece of bad form, one of my pet peeves, is when people recognize I have a massive social media platform and a pretty good COG score. Clout is how they measure your influence online, if you don't know that, is to artificially tag someone who's not in the photograph. Quite a few promoters will do this. This is an old promoter trick, is they'll tag 5 or 10 people in a photograph who aren't actually in the photograph. And it always annoys me because I know they're using my name to reach out to their constituency. It's not legitimate. It's not good form. And I just remove the post if I see that happening. I don't know if you feel the same way or if you like that kind of attention, Emily. What are your feelings of it?
No, your recommendation is spot on. And while we can talk about tagging and removing tags and social media etiquette, it can start to get a little overwhelming. So at the end of the day, if you just say, what would I do in person? If I'm at a networking event, I'm going to make sure I have a little bit of a conversation with someone, get to know them before I stick my business card in their face and reach out to their clients. So it's the same mentality. I know business owners get that. Obviously, people are successful and they've done things the right way. And social media it's just a new set of tools to do what you're already doing successfully.
Love it. It reminds me, you really shouldn't do anything online that you wouldn't do in real life.
Yes.
In a personal social media or a social networking function. I was at a social networking function the other day, a live one, and I swear to you, this happened. A gentleman, clearly a rookie, although he was an older guy. He was over 50 years old, but he was doing a rookie mistake. He came up to a friend and I who were talking, and he said, "Hey, can I give you a business card?" I mean, he didn't introduce himself. He didn't say hello. He said, "Can I give you a business card so you know about me?" And it just smelled so bad. It was so distasteful. And of course, we were gracious and accepted his card, but it's a rookie mistake, and you don't want to make it online. It can only do you harm. Let's review a couple of the great points that Emily made today, and I contributed a couple myself, if I do say so. To write them down and take advantage of them. Keep a camera with you at all times. Number 2, you want to remember to use the friggin' camera. You've got it with you. Don't be afraid to interrupt the proceedings and take a shot. Be careful when you take the shot. You want a certain kind of background. You want a certain kind of expression. Always take multiple photographs at the same time. Give those instructions to the person who's doing the photograph. Take several photographs. Otherwise, it takes so much time to, reframe the photo, check what you did, let's see how it looks. No, let's do it again. You go through this 3 or 4 times, it really can become time-consuming. Just take several photographs. Watch your lighting, watch your composition. Doctor the photos if you'd like using a free software called Paint.net or any other free software that does the job. Cropping is important. Adding a little bit of color and punch is important to the photograph. I live downtown, so I'll apologize now for the train. Downtown Royal Oak, it's the coolest small city in America, except to get trains because we also want you to remember to tag properly the way that Emily described today, using the @ symbol or the drop-down menu that would allow you to hyperlink and effectively increase your reach by posting on your wall and the other person's wall. Remember my bit of philosophy, to hitch your wagon to people with bigger wagons. That means take your photo or have your photo taken with people who have a bigger Facebook presence than you, and you'll find that you can grow and promote your business in ways you never thought possible before. Every technique we gave you today was free, right, Emily?
Absolutely.
And that's a good idea, too, to stay with free techniques. Don't pay for Facebook campaigns if you're not even using free image marketing. Emily, where can people find out more about you, please?
My site, it's my whole name. It's www.emilyAhay.com. So it's EmilyAhay.com.
And you've got a terrific blog where you give more free content. Is that true?
Thanks, Michael. Yes, I'm a bit of an accountability nut. So I know that social media can be really overwhelming if we just talk concepts. So on my blog, I'm committed to talking about action plans, and I share case studies. So small business owners can really walk away and say, I can do this for my business, and I know it's going to work.
Love it. And if you like my style and you'd like to know more about what I've got going, you can go to my site, which is michaelangelocaruso.com. That's MichaelAngelo and then Caruso.com. michaelangelocaruso.com. Also have a blog, and I particularly, if you saw interest in and had interest in this type of topic today in our split screen Skype interview, you should check out a product on my site. It's a social media series for audio CDs, and there's a really good price there for you compared to what I normally charge for it. So go to the homepage there, michaelangelocaruso.com, search books, audio, video, and you'll find the 4 audio CD series on social media marketing. Emily, I'm so glad that we met. I'm really excited. We've got a couple of JVs or joint ventures cooking. And watch this space on Skype for more information. You connect with Emily or I on all the big 3, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and now, of course, Skype. We'll try to make these videos available for you. Emily, anything to add before we say goodbye?
No, thank you, Michael. I mean, I really am in line with a lot of your strategies and your mindset on using social media. And you and, I mean, even myself, we look at social media as a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's something that you build over time, and you incorporate tactics like having the right chats and using video and image marketing along the way. So I look forward to having more strategy sessions so that other people can benefit from it.
Fabulous. So meanwhile, if you're watching this video, be sure to add 5 friends to your Facebook account per day, because, of course, there's no sense in doing image marketing if you don't have a big list and a big following. Keep adding people, and best of luck to you with all your social media and all of your business promotions. Till next time, it's Angelo Caruso and Emily Hay saying best of luck with your social media campaign.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.